There are moments when emotions don't feel manageable. They don't feel like signals. They feel like waves, sudden, strong, overwhelming. You might feel anger rise before you can think, or sadness that drops you into heaviness, or fear that tightens your chest instantly, or numbness that shuts everything down. This episode is about those moments when emotions feel bigger than you and the body reacts before the mind can catch up. Many people believe emotions are something we should control or regulate quickly or move past. But from a nervous system perspective, emotions are not problems. They are responses. They arise from how the body interprets safety, threat, connection, and loss. When emotions feel too big, it doesn't mean you're unstable. It often means your nervous system is responding to something faster than your conscious awareness. This can be confusing, especially if you understand yourself as thoughtful, reflective, self aware. You might say, I know this reaction is too much, or I don't want to feel this way. I don't understand why this is happening. The gap between knowing and feeling can be frustrating. That gap is not a failure, it is a timing difference. The nervous system responds in milliseconds. The thinking mind arrives later. When emotions surge, the body is not asking for logic, it is asking for capacity to feel without being overwhelmed, capacity to stay present, capacity to not have the shutdown or explode. This is why emotional regulation is not about suppression and not about controlling emotions. It is about expanding capacity. So emotions can move through without taking over. When capacity is low, emotions feel louder, heavier, more urgent. This can happen during stress, burnout, during periods of loss or change. It can also happen when old patterns are touched. Even if the present situation feels small, the nervous system does not separate past from present the way the mind does. It responds to familiarity, to resonance, to what feels known. So, an emotional reaction that feels out of proportion may be linked to early experiences, not as memories, but as body states. This is important because trying to talk yourself out of emotions often fails, not because you're resistant, but because emotions live in the body first. This is where people often get stuck. They analyze, explain, reframe, but the intensity doesn't change, or it changes briefly and then come back. The nervous system needs something different. Before regulation, it needs acknowledgement. Not approval, acknowledgement. An internal sense of something real is happening right now. That alone can reduce internal conflict. When emotions feel bigger than you, the instinct is often to push them away, distract, numb, override. Sometimes that works temporarily, but often the emotion returns stronger because it wasn't met. Meeting emotions doesn't mean including them. It means staying present without escalating them. This is a skill, and it is learned gradually. One way to support this is to shift from asking, why do I feel this way? To asking, what is my body experiencing right now? That moves attention from story to sensation, from judgment to curiosity. You might notice heat, tightness, pressure, movement, or absence of it at all. You don't need to name the emotion perfectly. The body doesn't require labels. It responds to attention. Another helpful shift is to reduce the demand to act. Strong emotions often come with urgency, a feeling that something must be said, done, fixed, decided. Urgency increases intensity. Pausing action does not mean suppressing emotion. It means letting the body catch up. Even a few seconds can change the trajectory. For some people, anger feels especially overwhelming. Anger can feel dangerous or shameful, out of control, but anger is not inherently destructive. It is often a signal of boundary violation or unmet needs. When anger is suppressed, it often turns inward into tension, resentment, or depression. When anger is expressed without containment, it can harm relationship. The nervous system work here is not to eliminate anger. It is to create enough capacity to feel it without acting impulsively. Containment before expression. For others, sadness feels too big. It drops energy. It slows everything down. It can feel like getting stuck. Sadness often needs space, not fixing, not reframing, just space. and permission to move at a slower pace with a pause. Trying to rush sadness often deepens exhaustion. Dissociation can also appear when emotions feel overwhelming, spacing out, feeling unreal, feeling far away. This is not weakness, it is protection. The nervous system reduces sensation when it feels too much. Regulation here is not about forcing feeling, it is about gentle reconnection, little by little, with support. Depression can be part of this landscape too. Low mood, low energy, lack of motivation. From a nervous system lens, this can be a system conserving resources after long periods of activation, especially, or emotional load. Pushing motivation rarely works. What helps is safety, consistency, and reducing internal pressure. Across all these experiences, the pattern is similar. When emotion feels bigger than you, capacity is being exceeded. The work is not to shrink emotions, it is to grow capacity. Capacity grows through experience, through being with sensation. Practicing, pacing, relational safety, learning what emotions can move without overwhelming your system. This is where integration with other approaches can be supportive. Somatic awareness help track what is happening. IFS parts work can help differentiate internal states. EMDR can help process what feels stuck. Cognitive approaches can help make meaning, but none of this work well without nervous system support. The order matters. Safety first, then processing, then insight. If emotions feel bigger than you right now, nothing has gone wrong. It may mean your system is asking for more support, more pacing, more gentleness, less self judgment. You don't need to master your emotions. You need to be able to stay with them a little longer than before. That is regulation. Small increases in tolerance, small moments of staying present over time. This work is slow by design because the nervous system learns through repetition, not force. So if today you notice an emotion and didn't immediately act on it, or didn't shut down completely, that matters. That is capacity building. Nothing dramatic needs to happen here. Uh, no breakthroughs required, just continued support, one moment at a time. And that is enough for now.